Charlie Chaplin makes himself known to me today with a message of the importance of looking at the divine core of each individual around us, including ourselves, and trying to transcend the tendency to only see the outside and to hold people accountable for first impressions. And the reason Charlie Chaplin is coming into my awareness today and the way that he came into my awareness is because he was a person who was known as being the funniest man alive in the early 20th century. I think they called him the Little Rascal or something like that. And he just brought so much joy and so much laughter to people's lives. But the truth is, he's showing me that, and I think this is known fact today, he was an incredibly depressed, incredibly sad, incredibly limited individual. He's showing me a child. I think he might have had a daughter, is what he's showing me. I could be wrong about that, but that's what's coming through. And he didn't pursue that connection at all in his life in a healthy way. And yet, the way people saw him was as this hero, this Renaissance man, this jokester, this person with the phrase that he wants me to use is joie de vivre. I never use that phrase, so I know it's coming from him. And the way he made himself known to me was by showing me a hat. And my consciousness immediately went to his energy. And then that hat transformed into a panorama of New York. And I think he had a deep connection to New York. That might be part of the reason why he's showing it. But if you look at the people of New York City, where I lived for many years, you can have one view of them. There's often this view that New Yorkers are rude and that they are not helpful and that they're harsh and brusque. And some of that is true about the general population of New York because it's very crowded, and to get places you have to just keep your head down and move fast and try to avoid the fray. And so that takes away the possibility of waving to everybody you see. Also, it would be exhausting to wave to everybody you see in New York if you were to try. You would be run out of energy by the end of the day. So there are certain self-preservation needs that go along with the kind of, removal from of presence while on the sidewalks of New York. But the truth is, if you look at the divine core of the people of New York, you see this incredible desire to help and give directions and be friendly and give and help those who are lost and help tourists. No matter how annoyed New Yorkers may become of tourists, there's also this desire to help. There's a goodness to the people of New York. And because of that brusque exterior and that acceptance of that brusque exterior by the world population, New Yorkers are known as being unfriendly, and it's simply not true. And so that's the message of Charlie Chaplin today. Just as he was seen as this one thing, but his core was something very different. Not his core, the shell around his core was something very different. So on the outside, he appeared to be this jovial, funny, fun-loving presence. But on the inside, he was a suffering individual. He was depressed. It was hard for him to make it through the day a lot of times. I believe he abused substances in order to be able to function. But then at his divine core is the divine, the truth of who he is, the love of who Charlie Chaplin and you and I and everybody else is. And so he's coming through to remind us to look at the core, see others as you would be seen. When somebody challenges you, particularly when it's a first impression, allow yourself to breathe with that challenge, to breathe with the trigger that arises because of it. And then once that feeling underneath that has been elicited by that person that needed to be seen is allowed to integrate with the rest of you, allow yourself then to look at the person for who they are, no matter what their limitations on the outside. See other as not other. See other as you would be seen. See the love within, even for the most limited of us, even for those who commit monstrous acts. It's the way. It's the only way. See the love within is Charlie Chaplin's message. An interesting person to give that message. I also want to say that it feels like he is saying something about New York too. I don't know if there's an event coming for New York, and this isn't a prediction of anything, but it feels like New York will be in the spotlight more than it usually is, and it feels like he's saying that. I keep seeing the buildings, those beautiful symmetrical structures that create the forest of urbanity, is what he's saying. And he may just be appreciating them, but he also may be pointing out that we all need to appreciate it for some reason. So let's do that. And let's see the divine core within all of us, ourselves and others. And let's breathe. Let's ask for help. Let's be. And let's find peace. Thank you.